Hello, all you terrified cosmonauts. As always, I am Cosmic, and today we're going to be previewing White Noise 2, a 4 versus 1 asymmetrical horror game in development by Milkstone Studios. The game is a sequel to White Noise Online, and in the sequel, you will either play as a member of the investigator team or you'll take control of the creature and try to kill them all. The game takes place on a map, and the investigator's objective is to collect a number of tapes which will banish evil from the world forever. And as the creature, your job is to safeguard those tapes and slowly pick off each investigator one by one. The difference is, of course, that as the creature, you are susceptible to light, meaning that if you get a bright light shone on you, you will have to be transported elsewhere on the map. The investigators don't have any weaponry per se, they use light as their weaponry, so they have flashlights and they have glow sticks which they can throw down on the ground to stop enemies coming in after them. Now, I'm all a big fan of asymmetrical games. I think they're a lot of fun, and White Noise 2 is fun to a point. It's very similar in style to Dead by Daylight, and it also contains the same problems. The first major problem is that there's just not enough people playing the game. It is a lobby simulator, pure and simple. You will spend much more time waiting for a match and getting enough people to have a match than you will spend in the entire game itself. Now, in order to attract new players to your game, you're going to have to do something fairly innovative, fairly interesting, and allow players a new experience. White Noise 2, it doesn't. And that's the biggest problem. There's just not enough here. Now, it is an early access build, and what currently is there is somewhat buggy, but the bugs aren't the main issue. The main issue is the core mechanics themselves. As an investigator, you're running around a dark map trying to make sure the creature doesn't get you and trying to find tapes, and that's essentially it. You only have two abilities, really. You have the flashlight, turning it on and off, and you can throw a glow stick every now and again. That's it, and it's fairly boring. As the creature, things do get more interesting. You have a much wider range of abilities. You can disable the flashlight, you can speed boost, you can teleport, you can set traps and lures, and it's much more fun to play as the creature. But again, there's nothing there that would make me stick around for long periods of time. As an investigator, if the creature does get you, death does not mean the end. You will come back as a ghost with new enhanced exploration abilities, and you'll be able to assist your team in locating the remaining tapes. What for me the game needs is, people are talking about more maps. More maps isn't the issue. You need more variety in terms of the core mechanics. You need things to be able to do as the investigators and as the creature that will enhance the gameplay, that will provide new depth in terms of tactics, in how to play the game, in what roles you can take, because you have 4 investigators who all do the exact same thing. Now, where's the fun in that? At least in games like Evolve, each person who isn't the monster has a specific role. You contribute something to the team. In White Noise 2, you don't. You're all there just to shine your flashlight. And if you get a well-rounded team who communicates well, the creature has no chance, because you essentially can go back to back and shine your flashlight in every direction and pretty much ensure that the creature does not get you the entire time. For me, the way to save this game is to add different game modes. So instead of collecting tapes, maybe you need to hold on to certain objectives. Maybe you need to activate a sequence of objects, puzzles, that kind of thing, to really add variety and spice to the overall game. New creatures would be interesting as well. Creatures who do different things, have different play styles. That would add a nice bit of variety to the creature side of things too. For what's there at the moment, sure, for $8 you do get a little bit of a kick out of it, but there's no staying power here. There's no longevity, there's no replayability. Once you've played one match, you've played them all. Due to the game being in early access, the developers do have a chance to turn this round. They do have time to implement new gameplay styles, new gameplay mechanics that could save the game. However, you can't ride the coattails of games like Dead by Daylight, because while they are successful, they suffer all from the same problem. Again, they have no longevity and they have no replayability. So when you're trying to emulate a game like that, the problem is you're also going to fall into the same traps as it fell into. It is critical that the developers add something into the game that allows each and every player to contribute something different. The creature does a certain thing, each individual investigator does a certain thing, because that is at the core of what a good asymmetrical game is about. It's about everyone being on different levels. It's about each and every member of that team contributing something to the overall goal so that you succeed. Having 4 players that do the exact same thing is utterly pointless, and it is not fun in any sense of the word. Game isn't terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's bland. It's white bread at its core, and there's nothing here to distinguish this from any other type of asymmetrical horror experience in the genre, and that is ultimately its biggest flaw. Only time will tell to see where White Noise 2 ends up, but without some real innovation, or at least trying to push the envelope in some way, maybe a couple of development risks, it's unlikely that this game will pick up any real traction upon launch. And that is my preview of White Noise 2. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you next time.